But we're going to step away from politics for just a minute, and I want to talk to you about something that's going to happen here in Mississippi next week that's extremely important, and that's the Sanderson's Farm Championship. Now, I consider myself a former golfer. A friend of mine joked and said when I got my job at MEC that I really took it so that I could play more golf. Quite frankly, I played a lot less, but that's okay. I'm not very good anyway. But more importantly, I was a former sports reporter and had an opportunity during that time to cover many PGA Tour events. And I understood the statement that was made last year when this tournament upped its purse to $4 million. It changed its location, and it changed the date on the schedule to the fall. What a big difference that was going to make when it came to promoting the tournament. But what I want y'all to understand that this event is much more than just a golf tournament. In 2013, when Joe Sanderson Jr., the CEO of Sanderson Farms, announced that they were going to partner with this tournament, he knew there was a bigger, much more important reason to be involved. Now, Joe will tell you, if you ask him, he'll tell you there's a lot of ways to sell chicken, and there's a lot of ways to be more effective in marketing how you sell that chicken than sponsoring a golf tournament. So why did he do it? Well, his vision went beyond golf. It went beyond selling chickens, and it focused on something that matters the most, and that is making a difference in children's lives. As a result of the first year of Sanderson Farms sponsorship of the championship, the tournament raised $500,000 for the Blair E. Batson Hospital for Children. This year, you can expect bigger and greater things. Blair E. Batson is Mississippi's only hospital devoted exclusively to the care and treatment of sick and injured youngsters. It treats about 150,000 patients a year, and patients come from all 82 counties in Mississippi. The Sanderson Farm Championship allows people throughout the nation and the world to learn more about what is going on here. This groundbreaking work, this groundbreaking research that's taking place right here in Mississippi. The commitment being made by Sanderson Farms, and in particular Joe Sanderson Jr., is truly making a difference. And working together, Mississippi's business community can raise the awareness of this great event, raise the awareness of the work that's taking place at Blair E. Batson Hospital for Children, a world-class comprehensive medical facility. At this time, I'd like to recognize Robin Robinson, who will be the MEC chair in 2016 and 17. She represents Sanderson Farms, and the work that they're doing to make sure this tournament goes beyond just golf. The activities for the tournament kick off next Monday at the Country Club of Jackson, and the PGA competition begins next Thursday. Oh, and Joe Sanderson Jr. just arrived, so please welcome Joe, and again, thank him for what he's doing in making a difference in children's lives here in Mississippi through what the tournament is doing for Barry Batson. As I said, the activities kick off next Monday, and the tournament begins the following Thursday. To provide more about this event and also let you how you can be a part of really raising the profile of Blair E. Batson is Steve Jent, the tournament director. Steve is in his first year in this role with the tournament, having spent the past 7 years as the sales and marketing director for the Wyndham Championship, a fantastic event in Greensboro, North Carolina. MEC is excited to be partnering with him and the Sanderson Farms Championship to really make a difference in our state. So please welcome Steve Jent.
Adjust this a little bit. Good morning, everyone. So right before I get up here, Joe Sanderson walks into the room. Yeah, no pressure. This is great. Hey, Joe. It is really, in the words of Yogi Berra, I'm excited to tell you about what I'm excited to tell you about. This is a great time for me and the staff and the whole Century Club and the Country Club of Jackson and the City of Jackson. At this time next week, we'll be right in the middle of our Wednesday Pro-Am. And we're excited about what's going on this week and next week. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. So let's go through the week's activities of the Sanderson Farms Championship. I just want to touch on them a little bit. Next Monday is our National Aviation Pro-Am. So thanks to Mac Elliott and National Aviation for coming in with that and helping us with that. Tuesday, we'll have our Bank Plus Junior Pro-Am, which is there's 40 kids that have qualified to play in this event based on their point standings with the Mississippi Junior Golf Association, and they'll be playing with 10 PGA Tour professionals later that day. That morning, though, we will be hosting 250 young people from Jackson Public Schools for a youth golf clinic out at the golf course. And then also Tuesday is our inaugural Women's Day out at the tournament, featuring Leanne Toohey of the Blind Side fame. So 35 tables, 8 ladies per table of that have been sold out for our Women's Day activities. As I mentioned before, Wednesday we'll have the Heritage Bag Pro-Am, and then Thursday marks our first round of play of the tournament. And we, due to the change from July, our date change from July to November, it helps us out in a lot of ways, not only getting out of the heat of Mississippi in the summer, but we're going to have a phenomenal field that I'll tell you about here in just a second. One of the other things going on that week that is new for us this year is on the 10th green, we will have a military outpost pavilion where we'll be honoring our state's servicemen and women, from retired reserve veterans and active folks that will be in a hospitality tent on the 10th green, with us finishing up on the Sunday right before Veterans Day. It just seemed appropriate for us to do this, to say thank you. I would just encourage you to go to our website, which is www.sandersonfarmschampionship.com. Check out some of the neat things. On Friday, we'll have the commitments of all the players in the field. But let me tell you about a few of the guys that are going to be playing in the tournament right now. So you've got former world #1 David Duval in our field. 3-time major winner Padraig Harrington. Former Sanderson Farms Championship winners Cameron Beckman, Will McKenzie, Heath Slocum, and before we forget, 2013 champion Woody Austin. Corey Whitsitt and Bobby Wyatt, who both played on the University of Alabama's last 2 national championship golf teams. And then we've got 2 local favorites here, hometown hero Jonathan Randolph, Ole Miss graduate and a Brandon native. He volunteered at this event as a standard bearer, and was even treated at Batson as a child. And then in the spirit of equal time, which I know everyone here in the room is familiar with, 2010 state graduate Carlos Sainz Jr. is on our field as well. So a couple other things going on that week. On Saturday night of tournament week, we'll have a concert on the course featuring Jack Ingram, country music star Jack Ingram. Your ticket into the tournament that day gets you admission to the concert, so that's free. And then on Sunday morning, we'll kick off the day with a non-denominational worship service featuring Benjamin Cone and worship. And I think Joe Sanderson as well as Mayor Tony Yarborough are involved in that as well. So you can tell we've got a really busy week full of us, full of a lot of activities, a lot of first-class golf, a lot of fun for the fans. But I can't leave here without telling you really about the reason that we're here. And the tournament is a fundraising event for Friends of Children's Hospital and Batson Children's Hospital. A lot of people don't realize that every PGA Tour event is a 501c3 nonprofit generating funds for charity, and our main charity there is Friends. All of the Friends proceeds will go to the Children's Heart Center, which before it was created, this Heart Center, children would have to Washington, D.C., they'd have to go to other places, but now we can treat them right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Last year, we donated $500,000 to Friends of Children's Hospital on behalf of Blair Batson. And this year, I know Joe's goal and my personal goal and the staff and Century Club, our goal is $1 million to Friends of Children's Hospital benefit Batson. So along with that, there's a lot of things going on this week. We don't want to forget that the tournament is about a $30 million economic impact to the state of Mississippi. And that comes from the way of folks coming in town and spending in hotel rooms and buying rental cars and eating at restaurants. But you'll also see while you're on the golf course ways that we've incorporated that charity visit and that impact into the golf tournament. When you get onto the golf course, your ticket and your badge will have a painting that's done by a patient at Batson. And then just like last year, the tee markers that you'll see on all the tees on every hole are, we call this Big and Juicy, by the way, that's her name. These tee markers are individually hand painted by patients at Batson. Every tee marker on the golf course is unique, and we'll go to sponsors and charitable auctions afterwards. So my personal charge to you is just simply come to the tournament. We'd love to see you as a fan. We'd love to have you in the Wednesday Pro-Am, but it's sold out. We'd love to have you come to Women's Day, but it's sold out. We'd love to have you on the 18th Skybox, but it's sold out. We'd love to have you in the Chalet on 18, and it's sold out. But we would love to have you just come out there as a spectator. So help us spread the word. There's only 35 other towns in the country that have a PJ Tour event in their backyard, and we happen to be one of them. So we hope to see y'all next week. Thank you for letting me say a couple words, and we'll see you at the Sanderson Farms Championship.